Welcome to the Russellville City Council Finance Meeting for Thursday, July the 21st, 2022, at 5:30 p.m. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to the chairman, Mr. Westcott.
Thank you, Mayor. Two items on our agenda this evening, I believe. Item number one is an appropriation request from the General Fund 2021 year-end carryover balance, the sum of $160,807.60 to be used to add 4 new school resource officers at the beginning of the school year and to purchase 6 new radios.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion for approval.
Is your motion to forward this to
Yeah,
the full
to the
council
council
with a
with a
recommendation of
recommendation for
approval?
approval.
I'll second that. Any discussion on item number one? I have been assured that should something happen where the school should not decide to fully fund this program of the 4 officers, that almost $300,000 a year commitment that we would make for these 4 officers is something well within our current abilities to cover. Any discussion on number one?
So
Yes.
So is this going to be funded moving forward every year from us? Because if this is for 4 officers and we had asked the school to divide with us and obviously that didn't work, then are we going to be paying for all 4 moving forward?
I'd like to maybe address that if I might, Mr. Westcott. So what we're doing at this point in time is we would be funding it, as Mr. Westcott implied, out of this year's budget through this appropriation. Next year, we will budget for 4 officers going forward. At some point, the school district, in my discussions with them, will get their funding in order, and once that's done, they will contribute to the budget for those SROs until such time that a decision is made as to how we're going to move forward, as to whether the school district will incorporate their own law enforcement or whether we continue this program. But I would expect that maybe even this year that the school might be able to come forward and help subsidize the city for these officers, but if not this year, potentially next year.
Well, it's my concern. I got off a call with a school board member just literally 20 minutes ago, and they knew nothing about it, don't have any ideas what's going on, and said even if they started the ball rolling now, it's a 2-year out deal. So we have to be prepared to pay for this for the next at least 2 years, and I'm a little concerned with that.
Right.
Going forward.
I appreciate that sentiment very, very much, and I hope you know I do. We have been presented here this evening with a current balance of our carry forward funds from last year. As of right now, this moment, we have $2,051,750, including this request tonight. So I'm confident that we can absorb this if we need to, but I appreciate the concern on that. I really do.
Wasn't the original plan 2 officers?
It was.
I mean,
That was, the 2 officers was presented originally due to the budgetary concerns that you've raised, Mr. Olson. And I'm certainly willing to support 2 officers, and we can make that work. There was a question at the agenda prep meeting about 4 officers. That is a little bit more of a stretch for the city to fund those. But again, in my discussions with Dr. McDonald and Jeff Holt, they feel like there's going to be some federal funds available sometime in the future that will allow them to subsidize the city. Agree. Again, that's not been firmed up. We don't know how long it'll be before that is, but once that money is available, they'll be providing it to the city. So if the council decides to go with 2, the chief and I are prepared to make that work. If we go with 4, we'll make that work as well.
And Mr. Olson, as noted in the agenda prep meeting, or the Finance Committee meeting last week, just because we fund 4 doesn't mean that the police chief's going to be able to fill all 4, but it enables him to if he's able to.
my bigger concern is if the school's not willing to fund 2 of them, I mean, yeah, we're basically giving a handout, and they're gonna take it, you know? They don't have any skin in the game at that point. Yeah, of course they're gonna
Yeah.
accept all four. Why aren't they taking at least two, you know?
We are fortunate that all of this is televised and documented as far as any conversations that have been taking place between the city and the school board, school system. So either way, whether the school decides to fund it or no, I think we still need to do it.
Absolutely.
So, is there any other discussion on item number 1? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. That was 1 no. Okay. 2-1. Motion still carries. Item number 2 is an appropriation request from the City General Fund Reserve, the sum of $8,927.25 to be used as an insurance pass-through for an accident. And I move that we forward item number 2 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Is there any discussion on item number 2? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Anything else for the Finance Committee? Mayor, I yield the floor back to you.
Thank you, Ms. Westcott. This time we will adjourn the Finance Committee, and we will reassemble at 6 p.m. for the full council meeting. Thank you.